Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, let's do a video on connectors. No, I'm not going to show you how to solder them or anything like that. There's a very easy way of telling you which connections you're going to need if you have scanners. And the most common problems you're going to come across are the ones sitting right in front of you here. On the older scanners, they have these connectors mounted on the back of the units. It's a deep hole like such, and with a hole in the center. It's a chassis mount Motorola connector. This one here is an adapter. This gives you an idea what it would actually look like if it was mounted. And the mating connector for this is the Motorola connector, which is this one here. This connector plugs into this unit. It mates with this unit. Now, the PL259 connector, the PL239, PL259, is the connector here, which you would solder to RG58 cable, which would go up to your scanner antenna. Alright, you made it the other end. You get two ends, get two of these connectors. Don't forget to get your adapters, you will need them. One side will go up, and one will screw up into your antenna, while the other will come into your shack. And then you got the problem of how do you make this connector with a Motorola jack on the back of your scanner. Well, there's a couple ways that you can do it. What I've done on a few scanners is I've replaced the Motorola jack with B&C jacks. This here is the B&C chassis mount connector, which I like an awful lot. Alright, I change out a lot of the scanners to B&C chassis mount because it's just an easy one to work with. The chassis mount Motorola is this. So you're going to ask yourself, how do you convert this to mate with this connector? Well, you made it with the connector. If you're staying with Motorola, you made this connector, you screw it into your Motorola, the PL259 adapter. So what you do, kind of hard to do this with one hand, you just screw these two together. Okay, then you got your Motorola jack. And then this would just plug in the back of your scanner. Like that. That's it. Done. Now, on the other hand, if you've got the same piece of coax with this connector on it, and you want to mate it to a B&C, well, obviously, your PL259 don't mate with the B&C. It's a totally different animal. So to mate your PL259 to your B&C is you get yourself a B&C to PL259 adapter plug, which is this one here. So again, you just take your PL259 connector, screw it into there, and then this end would then mate. It goes into this one. Like I said, it's kind of hard with one hand, but this one pushes in, and then you clip it together. So you hear a little click, and that's how you would mount your PL259 to your B&C. Pretty simple, eh? Let me do it. As you can see here, I've already got the same thing done. I've already got my lead-in coax with the PL259, and of course, I'm using it on my scanner every now and then, so I need to be my B&C adapter, which would then mate with the chassis mount B&C connector that you see here. The B&C connector, as you know, when it's mounted, it looks like this. This is what the BNC connector looks like once it's mounted into any piece of equipment. That's the chassis mount BNC. And this adapter, just push it in. It only goes on there one way, because you got your little start right here, a little cut there. These line up with the starts, with the mounts on the side of your connector. So you just line these up like that, push it in, and then give it a twist until it clicks. But you need two hands. Sometimes the BNC is a little bit tough to move, to twist in there. So that's all else to it. There's just a couple adapters that you need. So if you're going from BNC to PL259, well, of course you need your BNC connector, which will be already mounted on your unit, your BNC to PL259 adapter, and of course your PL259 adapter, which would go to your coax and onto your antenna. And that's it. So, and that's just a plain old rubber duck antenna. Of course, again, she's got the same thing as a BNC connector, which again connects to a BNC adapter there, or chassis mount there. See this how it works? You got the slider there. Well, you just slide her in and then twist it until it clicks. See that? That's it. Just mount it. And there's a couple more different BNC cables that I've got kicking around, little jumpers. And there's another one there, longer one again, BNC. And there's another little adapter cable I made. It's a BNC to RCA, and the RCA plug actually works pretty good. I got to say, I was amazed. I've actually used it on 2 meters there for a little homemade antenna I had made, and worked good. So there you go. Use just about anything. I wouldn't transmit too much through an RCA jack. They're not meant for transmitting at all. RCA jacks are more or less used for audio or video, but usually not for RF, because it's not built for that. But that's it. What more can you ask for? BNCs, whole pile of adapters, and there you go. Anyway, have fun.